Well, the man responsible for setting up Hillary Clinton's private email server pleading the fifth 125 times today and refusing to answer questions during a deposition with a government watchdog group. Brian Pagliano is the aide. He worked for Clinton and the State Department. He faced questions from attorneys for Judicial Watch. Fox News anchor Greg Jarrett, an attorney, joins me now to talk about this. Greg, so he wouldn't speak today, but he's been granted immunity. So explain this.
Yeah, it seems odd, but there are a couple of reasons for it. First of all, the immunity from prosecution was granted in a completely different case, specifically the FBI's investigation of Hillary Clinton and others in violating, arguably, the Espionage Act, sending and receiving classified information on an unauthorized server. But today's deposition, this is completely different. It's part of a lawsuit involving something else entirely. That's whether Clinton set up her personal server to circumvent deliberately the public records law. Now, the second reason Pagliano is invoking the fifth is this immunity he was granted is only limited. It's actually called, Heather, derivative use immunity. It protects him from prosecution only for what he says to the FBI and the DOJ in their probe, so it does not protect him from incriminating himself in a deposition today.
In this probe, a civil probe.
So he's clamming up.
Interesting. Okay, so explain this to me, because anything that he does say, or the fact that he doesn't say anything, can reveal something to the judge, and that could make it more likely that they bring in Hillary Clinton on this?
Yeah, it's a civil case. It's not a criminal case, so the standards are really different. And after all, this is a guy who set up a private email server. He communicated with Hillary Clinton. He's the so-called keeper of the secrets. He could answer a whole lot of questions about alleged misconduct or crimes. And in fact, here are just some of them. Did Clinton set up the server to circumvent the law and public records? Did she know the classified information was stored on her unauthorized server? Who had access to the server? Were classified markings deliberately erased? Was it Clinton who decided to delete those 30,000 plus emails? And did she order the server to be wiped clean? Pagliano is described by an intelligence source as a, quote, devastating witness.
Wow.
Kind of have to see whether or not that proves true.
Okay, so back to that immunity deal. It's under seal right now, but we've still learned some things about it.
We have. The federal judge told us something. He read the immunity deal. This is in the lawsuit. And he's now made it clear that Hillary Clinton's continuing claim that this FBI probe is simply a security review is utter nonsense, completely untrue, as some of her claims have been. Judge Sullivan, Emmett Sullivan, said this immunity is related, quote, to a criminal investigation. What does that mean? It means Clinton and others are all in legal jeopardy right now. They could be charged with crimes, which kind of, Heather, makes Clinton's, statements that she'll never be indicted, there's zero chance of it, those are her words. That's incredibly suspicious. How can she possibly know that? Well, there are three possibilities. Folks at the FBI told her so, highly unlikely. Folks at DOJ told her so, probably not. Folks at the White House told her so. That is a more likely scenario. And, of course, we know that President Obama has basically told everybody, including the Department of Justice, he doesn't want her indicted when he said two things. First of all, oh, she never jeopardized national security. He doesn't know that. Second of all, that none of what she did was intentional. Again, he doesn't know that either.
Well, some are saying if she does not get indicted, that there'll be a widespread revolt on the part of FBI agents who are
there could be, and
so,
career prosecutors at the Department of Justice who've been looking into this.
So despite what the White House wants, they may not get what they want.
Right.
Unless. Greg Jarrett, thanks a lot for breaking that down for us.
All right.
What a story. John, let's